What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life TV with Poetry. I am Poetry. It looks dark as hell out here. It is actually 7:30 in the morning, but we are in the middle of a damn storm, y'all. So it's dark as hell outside. I see trees blown down, all kind of stuff, and I got to get my butt to work. Which is why the hair is pulled back, because it's going to be an afro by the end of the day, because I work out in the rain most of the day. Oh, lordy. Well, anywho, this is a very unorthodox recap and review of The Passage. I mean to get this done last night. It didn't happen. So you're getting it today, right now, while I'm going to work. So check it out. All right, so The Passage is a new TV show that comes on the Fox network. Basically, it's dealing with vampires, y'all. That's basically the gist of it. There's a little 10-year-old black girl named Amy Belafonte, that is the prize catch for these medical researchers to experiment this cure on. Now, they have experimented on a few people that one being convicted felons that are on death row. So they've experimented on them, and each one has a different reaction. So based off of some information, it determines on what reaction they have. So that's the gist. That's the basic gist of the story. So one of the my YouTube subscribers, damn it, I hate when I forget the person's name, was talking to me in the comment section of, I want to say, Roswell. And she was like, if you like this show, you will like The Passage, so you should watch it. So I went and watched it the same day that she said do it, and I got hooked. And then I knew Miss Honey was reviewing the show, so I read over to Miss Honey channel and then watched her review right afterwards. And it hooked me even more. But like Miss Honey said, y'all got to be careful about shows that be on Fox. They could be really good, be doing well, and then Fox will cancel their ass. So don't want to get our hopes up too doggone high. Are y'all going straight? Which way y'all going? I'm going to the left. I got to be real careful and cautious out here today. So I decided then, this is a show that I need to be reviewing. And hopefully I can keep up with it, because I couldn't keep up with Manifest, and it came on Monday nights as well. And then they just moved Black Lightning to Monday nights. It's fucking up a Monday night for me. But let's go ahead and get into this recap and review. Hopefully I'm going to try to do the best that I can, because I ain't got no notes. I'm going to blend 1 and 2 together for y'all. So we start off with Amy narrating the story. I told y'all before, I'm not used to shows that with narration. I'm not a fan of them. But we're going to go and let her narrate this. So she narrating the little show, saying that the story didn't start with her. But she's now seeing monsters, and she know that this is the end of the world. The end of the world has come right now. So we go back to how this all began. There was a Dr. Lear and a Dr. Fanning. Tim Fanning and Jonah Lear. They were in Bolivia. And they were in search of this supposedly 250-year-old man. Okay? You're like, what? 250 years old? See, you don't believe it yourself. But let's remember, this is TV and this is fantasy. We're gonna be in this. It's a 250-year-old man that's existed. You know, somebody has found the tree of life, the fountain of youth, something. Okay? So they going in search of finding this man in Bolivia. And turn my corner. Make sure I don't get hit by a train. You know, we got to keep our eyes together here. So they go in search of this man in Bolivia. So their little guide gets them down to this dark little cave, and they see this cage, and he like, yeah, he in there. He in there, and I ain't going no further. Now, when your guide don't want to go no further, that should tell your ass to do what? To not go either. But they decide to march on. They gonna tread on, because what? We are medical researchers. We are here to find cures for all kind of stuff. Well, in this particular case, there's a rare flu that's going along. I don't know if it was the bird flu, but it was some type of flu that it has mutated and it's taking motherfuckers out. Okay, You get it, in 12 hours you're dead. That's basically how this flu worked. So they wanted to find a cure to help rid them of this and some other diseases, HIV, cancer, a lot of kind of stuff going on, right? So they gonna trudge on. They gonna go ahead and move forth, Godspeed. They going on. They go into this cave, and it's a little boy in there. And the little boy is telling them, no, stop, don't come in here. Vampire. But they don't understand what he's saying because he's speaking in whatever the Bolivian language is. Vampire. I think it's Spanish. Okay. And so, but they like, hey, what's wrong? Is the man sick? They worried about their prize catch because they finna research the fuck out of this man while he able to live 250 years. They worried about their prize catch. Is he sick? We can help him. We can help him, right? No, he ain't sick. The little boy said he's a vampire. And the person that was with him that understood the language said, no, he said vampire. And as soon as Tim Fanning ass got close, that motherfucker 250-year-old crypt, he looked like he's from Tales of the Crypt, y'all, jumped out at him and bit that motherfucking neck. Just bit his ass up. Whoo, they wake up and now they in a hospital. Tim Fanning coming out, slow walking, and Jonah's like, oh my God, you alive? Are you all right? He was like, actually, I ain't never felt better in my life. He looked at his neck. He still got a little bit of bruising, but the bite mark itself is gone. And Jonas is like, I don't understand what's going on. But as Tim is standing there talking to him, he said, I think we found it. I think we found what we were looking for. His nose started bleeding, and his blood started coming out of his mouth. And he was like, but you're bleeding. He said, oh, really? The 2 motherfucking teeth fell out. They just fall out like that on purpose. Ain't nobody concerned. His teeth falling out. 2 teeth just fell out. Okay, well, back in these here United States, or they are in the lab. We got a sister that's over this lab. I love this. I don't know why British accents I love the sound of British people speaking. So she's over the lab and they're doing the research, and everything that they're doing in this lab just ain't fucking working. They got all these subjects down there and stuff just ain't working out. No, they try different people. They done got a man, they got a woman, they got different races. They all, like I said, people that's on death row. So, but it ain't working out. And so the young man, and I'm not going in order, one of the little doctors say, well, here, come on, let me show you something. I got a solution, but I gotta walk y'all through this so you can understand what I'm talking about. So he go down there, and the first person that they run into is who? Tim Fanning. It's been 3 years now since Tim Fanning has been bit, but Tim Fanning looked like shit. Okay, he looked like one of the motherfucking crypt keepers right now. Okay, he said he was the first one. He is subject 0. Jonas was like, move on, come on, now move on. That was his friend, move on. He got bit, and then all of a sudden he just deteriorated. But the one thing that they have all in common is they all blood sucking. They need blood. They suck on blood. But we don't want to call them vampires though, because vampires ain't real. Okay, so then he go on to the next person. This person deteriorated a little less, or took less time to deteriorate. Then the next person, then went to the girl, and she still was able to return her natural look. So, but although she's still a fucking bloodsucker, it don't seem like any of these motherfuckers got any type of real brain activity going on. Is but basically what they said. Okay, so his solution is we need to find someone young, a child. What the fuck say you? You want to find a child? The youngest person that's coming in now is going to be a 24-year-old black man who is finer than Alabama wine with his chocolate milk dud ass. Anthony Carter, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Okay, but they need to find a child. How despicable of this is to find a motherfucking child. But of course, we need to find a child that ain't nobody gonna miss. Well, who do they go find? Little black Amy. Little black girl. Somebody ain't nobody gonna miss. Well, there was a guy named Brad. Brad is the one who talked Anthony Carter into joining this project. Like I say, you on death row, bro. What you got to lose? You might as well come on and join forces with us and come and do the damn thing, right? So that's how he was feeling. Let's go and do this. We gonna do this together. Okay. So Anthony is on board. They got the one black guy, and I said to myself, Anthony is gonna be the one that's gonna give these motherfuckers hell. He's gonna be the one that's gonna have one of the best reactions too, because he got that black gene. I know shade to my non-black people, but the black people, we got good genes. Y'all know black. So, you know, I was like, okay, Anthony's already gonna be on board, but now they finna go find little Amy, 10-year-old black girl. Well, Amy is kind of a loner. Her mother's a drug addict. She's usually out on her own. She's at school. She's pretty tough. She's at school, arm wrestling with the boys, taking their money. She hustling. Amy's a hustler, right? She going to the diner. She making sure she get her some food to eat. And as the night winds down, she heads home and comes across a crowd of police officers. They all at the house. Oh, fuck. My mama, she done OD. She didn't just OD, she died. Mama is dead. I'm 10 years old, crying my little heart out. This is the perfect subject. This is the perfect subject. And what makes Amy even more perfect of a prize for this medical research team, they put her, it was a Friday. Y'all know the government and the courts and shit don't operate on the weekend. It's a Friday. These workers ready to get home. Ain't nobody gonna touch the paperwork until Monday anyway, so let's not even start the paperwork. So she's not even in the system. We just gonna throw her in a foster care over the weekend. She'll be good. I know a lot of people use that. They used to do it to my aunt, because she used to keep in foster kids, and when the courts was waiting on them to be placed somewhere or to go to court on that Monday or to see a judge, they would send him to her house just to hold her for the weekend. Yeah, that was what was going on with Amy. So Amy in this crib, she knows she got one thing that is reminiscent of her mama, her book, A Wrinkle in Time. I hated that book. I hated the movie. I told y'all that before. Anyway, she got her little book, A Wrinkle in Time, but it's sentimental to her because her mama left a message in there to her. Well, one of the little girls at the doggone foster home wants to bully her, take her damn book. So they gets to fighting. Now the foster home lady like, hey, y'all break it up down there. Just break it up, That's how a lot of them are. They don't care. They don't have so many kids running in and out of their household. That's all they there for is the check. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, not all of them, not majority, but a lot of them do that. Okay, so Brad, and I can't think of the name of the dude who was with him. He looked like a dude named Trip, so I'm gonna call him Trip because I forgot his name. Okay, so Brad and Trip is at the house to go pick up Amy, and they like, hey, we had reason to believe that your mama died of some type of toxic something or another, right? And Amy like, no, my mama OD'd. Well, no, we believe that she contracted something that was very toxic. We need to check you out. We need you to come with us. Amy peeping game. She peeping game. Wait a minute. Where the social worker at? And why ain't no woman with you? They gonna always send a woman to come get a girl. Tell them, Amy. Tell them, Amy. Right? So, Brad trying to convince her, no, just come on with us, because Brad is a good negotiator. He done talk Anthony Carter. He done talk all these death row inmates into joining this program, but he can't talk this little 10-year-old girl. Amy went upstairs to go get her stuff, baby, and Amy dipped. She dipped, sat on her ass, and jetted off. And when Trip saw her, he was like, oh, she on the run. So they go out after Amy, right? They go out, they chase her through the neighborhood, chase her through the town, chase her down by the park, and Trip catch her up. And he grabbing and holding, and she's screaming, and people in the park like, hey, let that little girl go. Hey, let that little girl go. And she's screaming and screaming and screaming, right? And then she elbowed him, hit him in the face, and he, baby powder back slapped her ass. I was like, whoa. I stood up like, this motherfucker just hit this little girl. I really didn't stand up because I was watching in my car, but that really don't matter. It's just a metaphor. So, yeah. It was a lot was going on. They captured Amy. And so as we ride, Brad got a little bit of heart, just a tiny scotia day of heart, and he was pissed off the Trip had hit Amy. He slammed his head into the dashboard like, hey, don't you ever hit her again, I'm gonna take my gun and shoot you. I will kill you dead and kill you where you stand if you hit her again. So Brad was like trying to comfort her, like, hey, you all right? You're dizzy, you need some food, let's get her some soda, some crackers, some animal crackers, some soup, get her something nice. And Trip was like, what the fuck? This is the assets. We don't treat the assets. She's a slave, basically, is what she is. We don't treat the assets with kindness and care. Where they do that at? Okay, Brad don't give no fucks. They went off and he sent him off to the store to get his little stuff, and he put Amy in the front because Amy was getting car sick too. She threw up because she reading books in the car. I did not used to be that way. I used to read in the car. I used to write in the car. I used to be walk and read at the same time. Now if I sit in a car as a passenger or on a bus as a passenger and I'm reading a book, I get sick as hell. That motion sickness takes me over, and I still try to do it over and over again. And so, this is gonna be a long video, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know that because I'm gonna do both episodes together. So, as they ride along, they come up on this little carnival, and like Amy, like, ooh, carnival, it's carnival. It wasn't that type of carnival, but still. So, Brad gets the bright idea, we gonna stop by the carnival. Because he like Amy, you know. First of all, he don't even know what this project is. He's just a collector. He's just doing his job like most collectors and assassins do. They don't know what the whole background story to the story is. And his best friend is one of the people who work for this company that recruited him to go collect these people. So he trusted his best friend's judgment. Okay, but he calls his best friend, and his best friend is like, hey, bring her on in. He says, you know what, I think we should go ahead and abort this mission because, you know, a lot of people was witnesses. Some phone calls have been made. The police have probably been called, which probably didn't happen in the case of a little black girl, but we're going to go with that, Bragg. That's good. I see what you're thinking. I think the highway shut down, too. Oh, fuck, this is when the highway shut down and everything shut down. Shit. Oh, but I can go east. So on that note, he was like, no, bring him in. You ain't got to worry about what the hell we need her for. That's what he was telling Brad. Because Brad was like, what do you need a 10-year-old little girl for? Just do your damn job. You know the people that we work for. You know that you need to do what you got to do and do it right. Bring her on in. So Brad gonna bring her on in, right? But they decided to stop at this carnival. Of course, Trip is not too happy about that. He tell her, you sit your ass there. We ain't back in an hour and a half. Then you come get us. So they going around the carnival, and she see this big ass unicorn that she want. And so he got to shoot the little things to go get the unicorn. You know, he give her one shot, then he tell her, you go ahead and do it. She's like, I can't do it. You can do it. I can't do it. Don't be saying you can't do something. How you gonna say you can't do something that you ain't never tried? I be telling Keenan that all the damn time. Stop saying you can't do something if you ain't never tried it in the first place. You know, so she picked up real quick, baby. She got that gun, pow, and she got her damn unicorn, this big ass fucking unicorn. Now, we done kidnapped the goddamn kid, and we finna walk around town with this big ass unicorn that she could ride on. Okay, so Trip come in like, wait, where the fuck y'all at, basically? And he was like, well, hey, we finna roll out. I need to go to the bathroom, right? So Trip say, cool, I'm gonna go ahead and go first. He's like, oh, cool, that worked out. I don't know if that was his plan, or maybe he was gonna take Amy and run at that time. But he let Trip go to the bathroom, and then he went in there and put that sleeper hold on his ass. Put that sleeper hold on him. Bye-bye, Trip. That's why I don't even bother to remember his name, because that was the last we've seen of Trip so far. So he takes off. He tell Amy, look here, we got to go. These some bad people. I don't know what they want to do to you, but I'm not going to let them do it. It's you and me together, kid. I ain't going to leave you. You don't leave me. And she's like, okay, let's go. He's like, you sure? She said, I said, let's go. What we still sitting here for? They got up, they get gone, and they get to running. All right. So, well, he buying some more snacks and doodles and stuff on the road, and I don't know where they was heading. They was heading toward the Canadian border. And he had them snacks and doodles and stuff on the road, and they go into this gas station. He realized that now he's listed as a wanted person for kidnapping this little girl. So he thought, okay, to save Amy, what I need to do is turn myself in, get her face blasted all over the news, let her story be told, and then she gonna be all right. It took some convincing to convince Amy of this, but she said, okay, fine, let's do it. They go to the police station. They sitting there waiting for the police officers to come and bring a reporter in so they could interview, and then all of a sudden you see them black SUVs pull up. The government is good at buying black SUVs, like them motherfuckers inconspicuous and shit. They buy them big ass black SUVs, pull up, and he tell the police officers, hey, we got to get out of here. Everybody gonna die. Everybody got to go. Well, the cops don't believe him. They like, hey, wait a minute, this is your guy right here. They lit his ass up. They lit his ass up. His boy, his best friend, his name is Richards. Richards lit his ass up. And then Richards locked the gun on him. And Richards like, don't make me shoot you. And he thinking, you ain't gonna shoot me with this little girl. But we found out later, Richards would kill your ass quick. He don't give a fuck. He give more about the business than he do about you and the friendship. So, yeah, so they a little something busted, the pipe busted and some stuff because some gunfire had already went off. You know, they killed everybody in this little podunk ass town, and he aimed at the fire extinguisher, you know, caused a distraction and helped him and Amy get away. Well, in the process, he ended up getting shot. Oh my goodness, he got shot, and they riding off now. Now there's a lot more to this story that I ain't really mentioned. We're gonna move on to the second episode because I'm in traffic though. I'm gonna be here for a long time. I might have to call my job. So in the second episode, we wake up where we left off. Brad is passed the fuck out. He done lost a lot of blood. Amy is scared. Amy calls his ex-wife on the phone. His ex-wife had been contacting him earlier anyway. You know, Richards had already went by her house to find out if she knew anything about where Brad was at. And she just needs some help. Luckily, you know, his wife, Lila, his ex-wife, she's a doctor. So she was able to tell him, you know, give him a hard noogie in the chest, wake his ass up. She do that, but of course he gets pissed off that she used the phone because, of course, they can track him. So he throws that phone out the window and everything. So now he figured he got to go find some safety. He takes his butt to Montana. Like I said, this is going to be real brief. I'm going to make the second episode real short. A lot went on in this second episode. I'm going to make it real short, though. They went on to Montana is where they was heading. Well, back at the research center, Anthony Carter is there. And we learned in the first episode that a lot of people are getting that glimmer effect. I missed the glimmer effect. I remember the dude talking about they was having nightmares, but Miss Honey said it in her review that they had a glimmer. I was like, you damn right, they are glimmering. If you know anything about vampires, they could glimmer and they can get inside of your head and your thoughts and your dreams. And they've been doing this to the people in the facility. Well, it's one asshole in here want to antagonize the girl. I forgot her name. It begin with a B. But I'm going to call her Blondie for right now. And we want to antagonize her. You know, call her a little bitches. He probably would have tried to rape her if he could. You know. And the one dude who was getting the most glimmer effect, I was like, oh, God, please don't let him die. Because I like him. He's a little nerdy. I like the little dude. Please don't let him die. So, he's like, man, leave her the fuck alone. Like, why you keep stirring her? Why you keep beating on her cage? Why you keep antagonizing her? And the dude kept doing it anyway. Somehow, the little nerdy dude got his badge knocked into the cage. He's like, oh, shit, now I gotta get it. You know, she's standing there looking like, I'm hungry as a motherfucker. I need a snack. Okay. He takes his time. It's a very intense moment. Reaches his hand in the cage and get his badge. Got out. He's like, oh, check your Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Okay. So, but yeah, because he was trying to push old boy up on the gate, trying to get the girl to attack him and stuff like that. So he got his badge. I'm telling y'all, when she snatched that other asshole motherfucker up, she got him because she bit him in the face. Took his ass out. Bit him in the face good. Okay. Now, she had already been glimmering to Richards because Richards sleeping with the black lady, the back one that's in charge of everything. They sleeping together. He had already been, she be glimmering to him because she got an attraction to him. And he seemed to have an attraction to her as well. Just kind of strange. You know, he want to know a little bit more about her. She on death row for killing her parents. We still don't know what Anthony's on death row for, but he's a fine specimen of a chocolate dud of a man. Okay, so I don't know. I think this road is supposed to be closed today. Maybe it's closing tonight. I don't know what today's date is. I probably should have went that way again. Well, fuck it. We're going to go this way now. Okay, so anyway. So yeah. So they glimmering. They got the glimmer effect. Well, Tim Fanning had already glimmered to Anthony once. And now he did that whole glimmer scene happen again. He in his bar. He in there with Blondie. And she telling him, you know, it feel good right now because he running 6 miles a day. He feeling stronger than he ever been. And she's like, you know, it's gonna feel real good now, but it's gonna hurt a little bit. It's gonna hurt a little bit. You're gonna have to give up some of yourself. His teeth fall out. He's like, what the fuck? You know, Fanning her, passing him on the liquor. And, the liquor's blood. Pass him on the blood. He's like, I don't want to drink that shit. He's like, okay, you ain't gotta drink it now, but you will. First, Anthony was like, what the fuck is going on? And Tim was like, did you just tell me no? I know the fuck you didn't tell me no. Tim seems to be the leader. He's building an army right now. He is building an army. Okay. So, like I said, Anthony didn't take it. He was like, let me get the fuck up out of here. He gave him a message, first of all, to give back to Jonas before he would go anywhere. And, you know, after Anthony ran up out of the dream sequence, the glimmer sequence, he wakes up like, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? Well, back at the crib, Jonas is with his wife, Elizabeth. Apparently, Elizabeth has Alzheimer's. She's in the she's 3 years post due now, past, because he had told Fanning 3 years ago that she had Alzheimer's, and he think he had found a cure, which was the 250-year-old man. He's the one who talked Fanning into going to Bolivia and to go to research this. Fanning didn't want to go. And then Fanning is the one who helped him find the funding, which they funded by the government, which, you know, the government want to make weapons of mass destruction or whatever. They ain't trying to cure people and shit. They want to use this as warfare attack, you know, research. But that's what basically what's going on. So his whole thing is to cure Elizabeth of her Alzheimer's. Okay, so now it's 3 years later. Elizabeth is far gone. I don't even know if she can come back, even if she did get this cure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she can come back at all. So, and then she old as a motherfucker too. They well in their 50s, so she'll be looking ugly and crypt-keeped just like Tim Fanning does if she do get it right now. But basically, he can't use it on her. It's gonna work, and they still talk him and the black doc. Damn, what is her name? I can't think of the black British doc name either. Y'all fill me in, because I only watched a couple episodes and I watched them while I was in my car. He letting her know the child is our only option. We can't turn back. We can't go after another child either, because Brad know too much. Brad knows too much. So we have to stick with this child. We have to get him and this child back here. So yeah, Anthony ran into Jonas in the hallway like, hey, your boy Fanning, he had a message from you in my dreams, and this is what he said. And he said, dog, the message was that we've already saved the world or some shit like that. So he know damn well that Fanning is really talking to him some kind of way. You know, they don't want to admit that they vampires, but they talking to him. Well, back on the road with Brad and Amy, they running down the road, they going to Montana, and he roll up on this house where this black lady named Lacey come out. Lacey gangster, y'all. Lacey is gangster. And I'm like so excited that we got black women in these leading roles. And Lacey wasn't no, you know, the typical fair beauty black chick. She was a sister. She was like a big mama type of sister, you know what I'm saying? She was still gangster with it. Had her head wrapping on. Y'all see Amy put her head wrap on before she went to bed. She was trying to protect them edges. I see you, Amy girl. I don't even know where you had your wrap at. Maybe you got it from Lacey. But Lacey was loaded and stocked with guns. She been living off the grid for a minute, and she probably mad that Brad showed his ass up there. But she got guns every damn where. Every damn where, right? And who shows up at the house? Lila. Well, how the fuck you know I was here? Well, who else you know in Montana? Okay. So being that he actually talked on the phone to her. Of course, Richards probably know where she at too, because they was monitoring those phone calls. You know they was monitoring those phone calls. And then Richards also know, since that's his old best friend, he probably know about Lacey as well. You know, Lacey is ex-military. They was probably all in the same unit together. Lacey was like, you know what? If you can't get the story out, let me get the story out for you. You get this girl to safety. I'm going to give you some Canadian passports, or I'm going to help you get across in the boat, and somebody on the other side going to help you out, but I'm going to get your story out. Give me the name of all those death row inmates, right? So he starts to give Lacey all the name of those inmates. And while he giving the name of those inmates, knock, 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 who shows up at the door but Richards? They get the guns locked, stock, and barrel, baby. Everybody finna drop down. Let's shoot them. Shoot them up, bang, bang. That's what's finna go on. So Amy and Lila run to the back, and I thought as soon as I said, get him, Lacey, Lacey got shot. Down she went. Blood just googling and urgling from her body. I'm like, ain't no motherfucking way they done took Lacey out this fucking early. I loved her already. This just the second episode, and now my damn Lacey is gone. Lacey would have been a good person for Amy to have in her life, y'all. A strong black female role model for Lacey, and she's gone. O-M motherfucking G. We was on Twitter. I was live tweeting during this episode, lighting it up. I'm sorry, Black Lightning. I couldn't watch you that particular night. I'm so mad y'all moved from Tuesday to Monday, because I wanted to watch the motherfucking Passage, and it was that damn good. Please tell me this road. Is this road open? It looked like the highway open. Okay. I'm going to be late for work, but I'm going to get there. Road work ahead. Yes, we know. Let me make this little turn real quick, y'all. I don't need to be dying out here. And I got this little ignorant motherfucker on the back of my ass. Really, bitch? We in a motherfucking hurricane coming down. I don't know if it's a hurricane, but it feel like it's a fucking hurricane. And this ignorant bitch riding on the back of my ass. I ain't gonna go no faster. I will park this bitch on the highway before I go faster. Let me get back to my doggone recap and review. If y'all watch my Travel and Talk Tuesdays, y'all know I'd be like this when I'm in my car. So I apologize for people who ain't used to this type of activity coming from my mouth. But anyway, so Lacey got shot. Lacey got shot, and Brad's idea was, I'm going to turn myself in. I'm going to go ahead and turn myself in. Lila, you get her to safety. So as Lila is about to run out the back with Amy in tow, Brad out there surrendering, he's telling Richards that he already got her to safety. Lacey already took Amy to safety. They gone, you know what I'm saying? He down on his knees. They probably about to light him up, and then out Amy comes from that house. Amy told his ass earlier in the episode that you can't die on me, you can't leave me. I'm with you. You stay with me and I'm gonna stay with you forever. We ride or die. And she came back to his side and said, I told you I wasn't leaving you, we together. I bawled, y'all. I was so mad. And at the same time, like, damn, Amy is a motherfucking rider. At the same goddamn time. Oh! So they captured. They taking them both back to the damn research center to be poked and prodded on. And I'm going to assume that they are going to turn her, because in the thumbnail of the pitch of the show, she has the brown eyes, and that's the same type of eyes that everybody eyes turn to when they are in their mode. You know, their eyes change. So I think they gonna turn my girl Amy shit. But I think the way that I'm gonna write the story, that Amy and Carter, Anthony Carter, gonna work together. He gonna be trying to save his little black sister girlfriend. I know they both vampires at this time, but they gonna turn against them. I think Anthony's gonna fuck up that facility. He gonna break all them bitches free, but Anthony and Amy gonna ride together. That's just my opinion. That's how I'm writing this shit, okay? And Sass Scales, if you don't watch her channel, run over to her channel, subscribe to her, support her. Very good at reviewing shows. I love my girl Sass. S-A-S Scales. Tell her I sent you, right? Go over to her channel too. I don't know if she's reviewing this show or not. I'm gonna have to go check it out. She reviews so much other stuff I watch. She reviews stuff that I don't even watch, and I still watch it because I just love her delivery. But anyway, she had made a comment on Twitter that what if Lacey not dead? And I was like, damn, that is a possibility, because Richards, one of the dudes asked Richards, do you want us to go into the house and scope out the house, see what's going on? And he said, no, everything good. He assuming that maybe Lacey wasn't there. He didn't know that Lila was there. But maybe Lacey ain't dead, because Lila is a doctor. Maybe she in there reviving Lacey right now, helping her remove the bullet. Lacey got all the tools and the kits because they just did it to Brad. She got all the stuff there right now. Maybe that's what happened. But in the event that Lacey did die, Lila got all the names. Lila got all the names, because she was sitting right there at the table when all of it went down. So we gonna see what happened, y'all. We gonna tune in for the rest of this season on The Passage. I am loving this show. I am loving this show. Y'all leave down in the comment sections what y'all liked about it. I know, like I said, I didn't cover everything. So y'all give me what y'all thoughts and views on it. The relationship that they have built between Brad and Amy is just a beautiful fucking thing. In the first episode, he had her go to the lake and pay homage to her mother and remember the good things that her mother did and said for her, not just her drug addiction. The bond and the knit that he cared for her when she was sick and when that motherfucker slapped her, and the fact that he said he wasn't gonna never leave her and he just trying to get her to safety and protect her. Those bonds that he built with Amy, that they built up just in his first 2 episodes, is so strong. Oh, so I think somebody put it on Twitter like, oh, it's good to have a white daddy. It doesn't even matter. You remember this is Zach from Saved by the Bell. I think Miss Honey said this was Chris Pratt. When I watched it the first time, I was like, damn, he do look like Chris Pratt with his full beard. But that's not Chris Pratt. That's the dude who played Zach on Saved by the Bell. That's who he is. Man, I love this show. And Lil Sadia, I think that's her name. If her last name is not Sadia, her first name is Lil Sadia, the one who's playing Amy Beacart. Oh my goodness. Kudos to this show. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank y'all for watching. I'm sorry about the rain. Y'all have a good day. Leave comments in the comment section. Next week, the recap and review will be back on track like it's supposed to be and it's supposed to look. I holla. Peace.